My child, you have arrived at a sacred crossing point in your eternal journey. Yet, if you choose to step back before these words reach their completion, you will abandon the very treasures that hold the power to unlock your long-awaited victory. I have concealed the complete and perfect response to the cry of your heart, the one that has kept you awake in the quiet hours, in the closing breaths of this very message. This truth is set apart exclusively for those with the courage to remain until the end. Do not withdraw now, for the courts of heaven have deliberately chosen this precise instant to release a divine unveiling that will powerfully redirect the entire path before you. You have successfully completed a trial that most never even recognized they were undergoing. Where countless others faltered and fell aside, you stood firm with quiet resolve. While many chose to abandon the pursuit, you remained steadfast and unwavering. This encounter has been carefully preserved and set apart solely for the faithful remnant who refused to surrender, who pressed forward when it would have been easier to retreat. It was woven into the fabric of your divine purpose long ago that these words would find you. Not through random coincidence or fleeting luck, but because the almighty hand of heaven appointed this holy instant specifically. For your ears and your spirit, I have guided the currents of time itself and ordered every footstep of your life to lead you directly into this moment of divine listening. Do not turn aside, beloved one, for within these lines rests the hidden blueprint for your coming season, the unfolding of profound secrets that can only be entrusted to those whose hearts have proven true. My child, you have overcome challenges that were never announced to the world, silent struggles invisible to every human eye, and fierce conflicts that unknown even to those closest to you. When others misinterpreted your quiet demeanor as indifference, I was carefully observing the depth of your perseverance. When the world mistook your steady composure for frailty or defeat, I was faithfully documenting each instance when you deliberately selected trust over terror, expectation over disappointment, and steadfast endurance over growing bitterness. While those around you saw only a person paused in place, I witnessed the raging tempests you battled through, fighting with everything within you simply to stay upright and continue onward. You might not fully comprehend it in this moment, but you have now passed over a boundary line that very few possess the boldness to cross. You have demonstrated that your belief runs far deeper than surface level. It does not depend merely on seasons of comfort, bright skies, or effortless circumstances. Instead, your faith is firmly secured in something far more substantial, anchored securely in me, your Lord, who has faithfully accompanied you through every shadowed valley and unseen wilderness. There were countless nights when you felt your earnest prayers dissolving into emptiness, when you poured out your soul in the darkness and wondered if any response would ever come. There were nights when you lifted your weary eyes to the ceiling, wondering if heaven was closed against you, wondering if I had turned my face away from your suffering. But I tell you right now, not a single prayer was ignored. Not a single cry went unheard. Not a single tear rolled down your cheek without being caught in the hollow of my hands. I felt the trembling of your spirit. I measured the weight of your sorrow. Your hidden pain became a fragrance of pure worship before me. Your silence when you could have complained bitterly. Your trust when you could have entirely given up. Your perseverance when you could have abandoned the path altogether. These became the great testimonies of your victory. You thought you were simply surviving the day, but I was watching you overcome the world. You believed you were barely holding on, your fingers slipping from the edge, but I was quietly strengthening your grip so that no enemy in this universe could loosen it. You felt entirely forgotten by those around you, but in truth, you were being set apart by me. You felt unseen by the crowds, but in truth, you were being marked as chosen by heaven. The fire you endured was not sent for your destruction. It was the fire that refined you. It was the furnace that separated the pure gold from the useless dust. It was the sacred testing that proved the absolute depth of your devotion to me. While others turned back when the road grew steep, you pressed forward. While others abandoned hope when the shadows lengthened, you clung to it. While others listened to the loud, chaotic lies of the enemy, you clung to my quiet promises, even when they seemed terribly far away. You may think your strength was small. You may look back and see only your moments of exhaustion. But I say to you today, your strength was mighty because it was entirely anchored in me. I was the one who held you up when your knees buckled beneath the weight of your trials. I was the one who breathed fresh life into your lungs when your hope grew faint and thin. I was the one who whispered gently in the silence when you thought all comforting voices had gone quiet forever. I was your unseen companion in the wilderness, your unbreakable shield in the terrified night, your fierce defender when absolutely no one came to rescue you. Every unseen battle that you fought in the quiet chambers of your heart has been recorded in the halls of heaven as a resounding victory. And now, my precious child, I declare this truth over you. You have passed the test. You did not know the full heavyweight of what was happening to you, but I knew. You did not understand why you had to walk through such violent, relentless storms, but I understood the necessity of the rain. You thought you were being punished for past mistakes, but you were actually being prepared for future glory. You thought you were being broken into unfixable pieces, but you were being built into an unshakable fortress. Every test of your patience was shaping a flawless endurance. Every test of your silence was deepening a profound trust. Every single unanswered prayer was teaching your soul to anchor in my perfect timing, rather than your own rushed desires. You have emerged from this wilderness stronger, brighter, more steadfast, and far more unshakable than you could ever imagine. When you stood in the middle of devastating loss, I saw the raw courage beating in your heart. When you faced the bitter sting of betrayal, I saw the unyielding loyalty of your spirit to my ways. When you endured crippling loneliness, I saw the beautiful faithfulness of your soul. Every hardship you faced became a platform for heaven to witness your loyalty. Every deep disappointment became a holy altar where your trust was proven absolutely genuine. While the blind world measured you by outward appearances and material success, I measured you by your invisible faith. And now, my beloved, I call you victorious. I call you this not because of your perfection, not because you never stumbled or scraped your knees, but because you never, ever quit. If you know I am your only true answer, declare the name of Jesus into the atmosphere right now, and proclaim it where all the faithful can see as a banner of your devotion. You are chosen, my child. Chosen not by random accident, not by the fickle opinions of men, but by my eternal, unchangeable will. Before the very foundations of the earth were laid, I knew this exact day would come. Before you took your first breath of air, I knew you would stand right here, weary, but ultimately victorious. Scarred from the battle, but exponentially stronger. Humbled to the dust, yet completely unshaken in your core. The enemy tried with all his might to disqualify you, but I have qualified you with my own blood. The world tried to silence your voice, but I have placed a new unstoppable song in your mouth. The darkness tried to swallow you whole, but I have clothed you in blinding, radiant light. And now all of heaven celebrates you, for you did not fail the test in the wilderness. You passed. Think back to the nights you cried entirely alone in the dark. Think of the mornings you woke up with a crushing heaviness, pressing relentlessly against your chest. Think of the long stretching days when you desperately wanted to give up, but chose by sheer willpower and faith to stand instead. Do you not see it yet? Those moments were your proving grounds. Those were the sacred hidden tests no one else could ever see or evaluate. Every tired sigh of surrender to my will, every whispered fragile prayer of hope, every tear that fell heavily when no one else was watching, those were your great victories. They were not wasted moments of weakness. They were permanent marks of triumph, etched forever into the fabric of eternity. You have spent so much time wondering why your journey was harder than the journeys of those around you. You wondered why your doors closed so tightly, why people you loved left so abruptly, why your battles seemed unending while others walked paths of ease. But I tell you this, my child, your path was different because your calling is entirely different. I set you apart not for common ordinary things, but for an uncommon extraordinary purpose. I refined you not for small ordinary victories, but for massive extraordinary assignments that will shake the very ground you walk on. You could not walk the easy paved road because I was busy preparing you for a far greater destiny. That is exactly why I allowed storms that others never face. It is why I allowed silence that others never had to endure. It is why I permitted battles that others never had to fight. For I was actively building within you a formidable strength that the world cannot take away, a resilience that hell itself cannot break. And now you stand before me as one who has fully endured, one who has gloriously triumphed, one who has passed through the fire and come out pure. You may still feel terribly weak in your own bones, but I declare you fiercely strong. You may still feel completely unworthy in your own mind, but I declare you perfectly chosen. You may still feel deeply uncertain about your future, but I declare your every step divinely ordered. Nothing in your past was wasted. Nothing was in vain. Everything, every pain, every delay, every closed door was a critical part of the divine preparation that marks you as completely mine. So hear my voice clearly today. You are not just another nameless soul wandering aimlessly through this life. You are my chosen one. You are my deeply beloved, set apart specifically for such a time as this. You are the sacred vessel I have painstakingly prepared. You are the brave warrior I have meticulously strengthened. You are the brilliant light I have intentionally ignited in the very midst of the deepest darkness. The world around you will not understand your journey, but heaven understands it perfectly. The enemy cannot comprehend the depth of your new strength, but I know the vast ocean of it. You are chosen not because of your flawless perfection, but because of your relentless persistence. You are chosen not because of your natural strength, but because of your beautiful, willing surrender to me. Every hidden trial you endured has now become a powerful testimony. Every unseen tear you dropped has now become an incorruptible seed of immense joy. Every silent, desperate prayer has now become a loud declaration of undisputed victory. You stand today not as one forgotten in the shadows, but as one celebrated in the absolute highest realms. All of heaven knows your name. All of heaven has watched your journey with bated breath. And I, your Lord, declare proudly over you, well done, my faithful child. You have passed. My child, I know intimately the nights when you felt the suffocating weight of loneliness pressing against. You sitting against your heart like a heavy, immovable stone. You looked around your life and saw absolutely no one who could understand the profound depth of your pain. There was no one who could truly carry the invisible burdens that sat silently, crushingly on your shoulders. You walked into rooms completely filled with people, and yet you still felt entirely invisible. You still felt forgotten. You still felt like no one in the world could truly see the real you. But I want you to hear me with absolute clarity today. I saw you. I saw you in every single moment of aching isolation. I heard every breath where you whispered bitterly to yourself, "No one cares about me." Even in those moments, I was standing closer to you than your very breath. Loneliness was never the final truth of your story. It was simply the quiet, stripped-away place where I leaned in closely to remind you that you were never, ever abandoned. Not for a single fleeting heartbeat. I remember the betrayals, my precious child. I remember the sharp, agonizing moments when those you trusted most deeply turned their backs and walked away. I remember when words you thought were safe and loving suddenly became cruel daggers aimed at your heart. I remember when promises that were spoken over you with a smile crumbled instantly into useless dust. You wept and asked me why people you loved so deeply and served so faithfully could wound you so greatly. You wondered in the dark if the betrayal was a cosmic sign that you were fundamentally unworthy of loyalty. You tortured yourself thinking that perhaps there was something deeply wrong within you. But I say to you now with all the authority of heaven, it was not because you were unworthy. Not at all. It was because I was desperately teaching you that your true worth cannot be built upon the shifting, unstable sands of human approval. I allowed those painful betrayals to cut away the shallow, fragile attachments of your life, so that your roots could grow impossibly deep in me. While people walked away, I stayed right by your side. While others lied to your face, I spoke eternal truth into your spirit. While they wounded your heart, I moved in to heal your soul. I never abandoned you. Even when the roaring pain of your circumstances screamed far louder than my gentle presence, I was there, holding the pieces of your breaking heart together. If your heart is moved to support this fellowship of believers, because our sacred mission is to fill your life with heavenly joy and guide you toward deeper devotion, bring forth your offering of gratitude. Plant a seed of love where it is welcomed to help us carry this light further into the darkness. You have faced terrible confusion. You walked through long, exhausting seasons when absolutely nothing made any sense. Seasons when every single step forward seemed only to push you deeper into a thick, suffocating fog of uncertainty. You asked desperate questions that seemed to echo back into a mocking silence. Why this? Why now? Why me? You cried out in anguish. You thought perhaps you had made a terrible wrong turn somewhere. You feared that perhaps you had fallen completely outside of my protective will. But I assure you today, every confusing season, every blinding fog was still completely under my sovereign control. Confusion is not the absence of my guiding hand. It is the very forge where unbreakable faith is made. I purposefully allowed you to walk through those disorienting shadows so that you would learn to trust me far beyond what your physical eyes could see. When you could not find the answers you sought, I was patiently teaching you to cling to the answer himself. When clarity was completely hidden from view, I was deepening your absolute reliance on me, stripping away your reliance on your own limited understanding. Your confusion was never a punishment. It was your necessary preparation. And yes, my beloved, I remember the hopelessness. I remember the dark, heavy days when you woke up with absolutely no strength to rise from your bed. When the future stretching before you seemed like a massive, impenetrable wall too high to ever climb. When despair whispered constantly in your ear that nothing would ever change, that you were doomed to this pain forever. I know the physical heaviness that sat upon your chest, making it hard to breathe. I remember the countless sleepless nights when hot tears burned your eyes until the sun came up. I remember the mornings when you forced yourself to put on a brave smile for the world, even though your heart was breaking into pieces inside. You thought perhaps even I had grown weary of your struggles. You feared that I had finally turned my face away from you in disappointment. But I want you to know the absolute truth. Every quiet sigh of despair reached my ears like a trumpet blast. Every silent internal cry thundered loudly in my throne room. Every tear that fell from your eyes was tenderly caught in my hands. Hopelessness was simply the dark canvas upon which I was preparing to paint a masterpiece of hope. Even when you could not see it, I was working. I was never blind to your agonizing pain. I was never deaf to your desperate cries. I was never absent from your profound brokenness. You see, my child, every struggle you endured was completely purposeful. It was not wasted suffering. Your deep loneliness was teaching you how to tune out the world and hear my gentle whisper. Your painful betrayal was teaching you to rely completely on my unfailing faithfulness instead of flawed humanity. Your blinding confusion was teaching you to rest securely in my infinite wisdom. Your crushing hopelessness was teaching you to cling desperately to my eternal promises when everything else gave way. Every trial was preparation. Every hardship was shaping your character. Every tear was watering the incredible seeds of destiny that I planted within you before time began. You thought you were being systematically destroyed by the world, but you were actually being masterfully built by heaven. You thought you were being entirely forgotten by those you loved, but you were being actively remembered and celebrated in the halls of heaven. When you wept in absolute silence, I was recording your sorrow. When you cried into your pillow deep in the night, I was translating your pain into prayers of eternity. When you stood trembling on the absolute edge of giving up entirely, I was the unseen force strengthening your legs to stand for just one more day. You did not endure a single second of this alone. You never walked a single solitary step without my presence beside you. Even in the darkest, most terrifying valleys, my steady hand was guiding you forward. Even when you could not sense my presence at all, I was surrounding you like a fortress. Even when despair screamed much louder than hope, I was actively whispering unbreakable promises directly into your battered soul. Do you recall those specific moments when you thought you absolutely could not go on for another minute? Yet somehow, miraculously, you found the unexplainable strength to keep moving. That strength was me. Do you remember the times when a profound, illogical peace suddenly covered you like a warm blanket, right in the absolute middle of chaos? That peace was me. Do you remember the times when you somehow smiled through your bitter tears, not even knowing why your heavy heart suddenly felt a fraction lighter? That joy was me. I was always there. I was your completely unseen companion. I was your silent, unwavering comfort. I was your constant, fierce defender against the forces of darkness. The blind world around you did not see the vast depth of your battle, but I saw every moment of it. Others may have severely underestimated your strength and your calling, but I never did. They looked at you and saw only your service, but I looked and saw the beauty of your soul. They looked at your circumstances and saw weakness, but I looked and saw unparalleled resilience. They looked at your trials and saw defeat, but I looked and saw glorious victory being birthed in the spirit realm. Every single hidden, painful moment of your life has been permanently recorded in heaven's book. They are not recorded as losses, failures, or wasted years. They are recorded as magnificent victories of endurance. Every time you simply chose to stand back up, heaven recorded a victory. Every time you whispered a prayer when you wanted to curse the darkness, heaven recorded a victory. Every time you held on when letting go would have been so much easier, heaven recorded a victory. So now I say to you with absolute love, do not despise your past struggles. Do not ever think that your pain was wasted or meaningless. They were the intense, necessary training ground of your great destiny. They were the roaring fires that refined your gold. They were the violent storms that forced your roots to grow deep into the bedrock of my truth. They were the fierce, relentless battles that proved your faith is absolutely genuine. They were the hidden, painful preparation for the unimaginable glory I am now releasing into your life. Every struggle, every tear, every betrayal was actively shaping you into the magnificent vessel I always intended you to be. You have not been forgotten, my beautiful child. You have been meticulously prepared. You have not been overlooked by the universe. You have simply been hidden safely away for a season of growth. But now you are being gloriously revealed. What felt to you like cruel abandonment was actually my divine protection keeping you from lesser things. What felt to you like agonizing delay was actually my perfect timing, aligning the universe for your blessing. What felt to you like cold silence was actually my brilliant strategy, moving pieces into place behind the scenes. You have been on the anvil for a long time. The strikes of life were heavy, but they did not break you. They shaped you. The hammer has stopped because your form is finished. You are strong and resilient now. You are a tempered blade. I took you from the heat and cooled you in the water of your own endurance. You are sharp. You can cut through the obstacles that stopped you before. Look at the horizon. The tide is pulling back. It will return soon as a wall of momentum. The deep water that once felt like it would drown you will now carry you. You will no longer struggle against the waves. You will move with them into what I promised. I am asking you to give an offering now. This is a physical act to show that your hands are no longer clenched in fear. Release your resources into my work. This movement acts like a key that unlocks a door that has been stuck. Your obedience removes the friction of your past. Once you let go of what you hold, you will see a ripple of peace on the surface of your life. The storm has lost its power over your mind. The iron gate of your old limits is swinging open. Beyond it is a landscape where the drought is over. This entrance was built through your persistence, and no human hand can shut it. Step into this new day. My love is your light. It is a steady fire that does not dim. And now, because you fully endured, because you resolutely did not give up when the pressure was highest, you are completely ready to walk into the absolute fullness of what I have promised you. My beloved, I am so incredibly proud of you. You thought your many tears made you weak and pathetic, but they actually made you incredibly strong and compassionate. You thought your endless, desperate questions made you faithless, but they actually made your relationship with me real and authentic. You thought your deep, jagged brokenness completely disqualified you from my use, but it was the very thing that perfectly qualified you to receive my boundless grace. I was never ever ashamed of your struggles. I was never distant from your desperate cries. I was never indifferent to your searing pain. I have always been intimately with you, and I will always be intimately with you. Lift your weary head right now, for your long, exhausting season of endurance has absolutely not been in vain. Look at yourself. You are not the same fragile person you once were when this trial began. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are purer. You are completely prepared, and very soon, you will see exactly why every single struggle was absolutely necessary. Soon you will see with your own eyes how every bitter tear you cried watered the massive harvest that is now rising up before you. Soon you will completely understand how every dark moment of hopelessness was actively preparing your heart to hold a level of hope and joy beyond your wildest imagination. I declare this eternal truth over you today. Your struggles have not broken you. They have built you. Your tears have not drowned you. They have watered the seeds of your great destiny. Your desperate cries have not been ignored. They have literally moved the atmosphere of heaven on your behalf. Your silent endurance has not been wasted. It has perfectly qualified you for the reward. You are my chosen one, and every single struggle you survived has only proven that truth more deeply to the universe. My child, listen to me very closely right now. For what I am about to reveal to you is not meant for everyone. This is a profound secret I have intentionally reserved only for those who fully endured the tests, those who silently carried the heavy hidden burdens, those who absolutely refused to let go of their faith, even when it felt like all logic and hope were completely gone. You have been specifically chosen to carry deep mysteries and massive blessings that not every human heart is prepared to bear. You are not like the rest of the crowd, for I have permanently marked you for a high divine purpose. Many others walked away when the pressure mounted. Many gave up when the answer was delayed. Many completely silenced their prayers when the darkness fell. But you remained. You stayed. Even when you were violently trembling, even when you were paralyzed by uncertainty, even when you were exhausted to your very bones, you stayed. And because you endured the fire, I now entrust you with the highest treasures of my kingdom. Treasures that cannot ever be taken away by man or demon. There are deep, profound secrets in my heart that are not given to the casual crowd, but only to the proven chosen ones. I whispered these types of secrets through the ancient prophets. I revealed them in hidden parables to the seeking crowds. And now I am placing them directly into your open spirit. You have been purposefully set apart to receive specific divine instructions that ordinary, unrefined hearts would quickly dismiss. While the blind world chases frantically after empty, hollow promises of fame and wealth, I am giving you eternal, unbreakable truths. While others hunger desperately for temporary, fading rewards that turn to dust, I am giving you massive treasures that cannot ever rust, cannot ever fade, and cannot ever be stolen by any thief. These deep mysteries I am giving you are not heavy burdens to carry. They are profound blessings. They are not confusing riddles. They are clear, life-altering revelations. They will guide your feet safely into doors you did not even know existed. They will lead you into massive breakthroughs that you previously thought were completely impossible for someone like you. They will orchestrate sudden miracles that will thoroughly astonish even your own mind. Do you see the subtle shift happening in the atmosphere around you right now, my child? The spiritual climate of your life has been actively changing, even if it has been happening quietly behind the scenes. The heavenly realm is rapidly moving on your behalf, and the powerful winds of divine transformation are finally blowing completely in your favor. What was once stubbornly blocked is now violently opening. What once firmly resisted your progress is now completely yielding to your advance. What once seemed impossibly far away is now drawing intimately near. Heaven's perfect order is rapidly aligning with the physical reality of your life. And you are currently standing on the very threshold of a season, unlike absolutely anything you have ever known or experienced before. Doors are opening for you right now. And these are not ordinary, common doors. These are massive doors carved specifically by my own hand. These are doors that no man, no system, and no enemy can ever shut. These are the doors that lead directly into the absolute fullness of the incredible destiny I wrote specifically for you before the concept of time even began. I am placing new, powerful keys into your open hands. These keys are not made of physical metal or wood. They are forged from your proven faith, your relentless obedience, and your deep trust in me. With these spiritual keys, you will begin to unlock incredible opportunities that remain completely hidden from the eyes of others. You will step confidently into places and positions that seemed permanently sealed off to you. You will begin to receive rapid, overflowing answers to prayers that you thought were long denied and forgotten. Do not be the least bit surprised when the miraculous and the unexpected suddenly appear directly before you in the coming days. Do not question it when massive provision begins to flow into your life from sources you never even imagined or anticipated. This is not random luck. This is not mere coincidence. This is the deliberate unfolding of the divine secret I reserved specifically for you. My beloved, miracles are no longer a distant, impossible dream for you. They are here. They are right now. They are actively unfolding in your life, even as you listen to the sound of these words. The exact same invisible hands that gently caught your bitter tears in the darkness are now stretching out powerfully to bless you in the light. The exact same voice that comforted your breaking heart in the absolute silence is now loudly commanding massive breakthroughs to surround you on every side. The exact same divine power that quietly sustained your life in your moments of greatest weakness is now aggressively releasing overflowing abundance into absolutely every single area of your existence. You are going to see profound, unexplainable healing in the exact places where you fully believed brokenness would remain forever. You are going to see miraculous, total restoration in relationships that the world told you were completely beyond repair. You are going to see sudden, overflowing provision in areas where chronic lack once tried to aggressively define your life. You are going to see my glory manifest in ways that will leave you absolutely speechless. And hear me well. This is not just about unseen spiritual blessings, though those will be massively abundant. This is about your tangible whole life. I am currently touching your physical health, fully restoring your energy, and completely renewing your weary mind. I am actively touching your finances, blowing open massive streams of provision that were once tightly dammed up by the enemy. I am powerfully touching your relationships, bringing deep, unshakable peace where there was once constant strife, bringing beautiful unity where there was deep division, and bringing profound love where there was once cold distance. I am aggressively touching your destiny, perfectly aligning you with the exact people, the exact places, and the exact opportunities that will rapidly carry you directly into the absolute fullness of my perfect will for your life. But hear this warning very clearly, my chosen child. Not everyone will understand what is happening to you. Not everyone will rejoice with a pure heart when they see the massive blessing I am about to pour over your life. Some will aggressively doubt the source of your sudden rise. Some will burn with bitter envy at your new position. Some will even actively try to steal your joy and sabotage your progress. That is exactly why this specific revelation is a secret hidden and reserved only for you in this holy moment. Do not be in a rush to publicly share everything I am doing in your life before the appointed time. Treasure these deep words in your heart like a priceless seed, resting quietly in the dark soil waiting for the perfect moment to sprout. Let the miracle grow in protective silence until I specifically command you to reveal it to the world. What I am about to physically do in your life will speak infinitely louder than any human words you could ever try to say. The undeniable visible testimony of your massive breakthrough will completely silence every single doubter and critic who ever spoke against you. You have been uniquely chosen to carry not just massive blessings, but specific divine instructions. In this new season, I will speak to you in profound ways that you absolutely cannot mistake. I will give you gentle nudges in your spirit, quiet whispers in your heart, vivid dreams in the night, and clear visions in the day. Some of the things I ask you to do will feel incredibly heavy. The visions will feel too massive, too great, too completely impossible for someone like you to carry out. Your mind will try to tell you that you are not capable, but you must remember this eternal truth. I do not call the qualified. I completely qualify the called. If I uniquely chose you out of the crowd, then I will perfectly equip you for the task. If I gave you the massive vision, I will miraculously provide the abundant resources to fulfill it. If I spoke the unbreakable promise, I will personally guarantee its fulfillment. Absolutely all I ask of you in return is that you remain intimately close to me. Stay deeply rooted in constant prayer. Stay passionately engaged in pure worship. Stay firmly anchored in unshakable faith. Fiercely guard the precious things I am placing inside your heart right now. Do not let sudden fear steal the vision away from you. Do not let creeping doubt weaken your resolve to move forward. Do not let human impatience uproot the blessing before it has time to fully mature. I am revealing the great secret to you right now. You are officially stepping across the line into a season where the completely impossible becomes everyday reality. You are walking directly into days where my sovereign hand upon your life will be completely visible to all, absolutely undeniable by your enemies, and totally unexplainable by human logic or science. You will soon look back at the agonizing wilderness you just survived, and you will finally realize that absolutely everything you endured was the precise necessary path that perfectly led you to this exact peak of blessing. Every single bitter tear you shed was actively watering the fertile soil of this massive harvest you are about to reap. Every painful, devastating loss you suffered was simply clearing essential space in your life for this massive, unprecedented gain. Every frustrating, agonizing delay you experienced was actively preparing your character for this sudden, breathtaking acceleration. This is the great shift, my precious child. This is the ultimate turning point of your entire existence on this earth. Even right now, at this very second, warrior angels are aggressively moving on your behalf in the heavenly realm. Even right now, ancient, generational chains are violently breaking off your life. Even right now, massive, intimidating walls are crumbling to dust before your feet. Even right now, rushing rivers of life are rapidly forming in your driest, most barren deserts. Even right now, the massive, heavy doors of your ultimate destiny are swinging open wide to welcome you in. You will no longer be identified or defined by the things you lost in the fire. You will from this day forward be defined entirely by the massive abundance I am currently giving you. You will no longer be marked by your past struggles and failures. You will be permanently marked by your spectacular, undeniable breakthrough. You will no longer be known by the despair that once clouded your eyes. You will be known by the radiant, living testimony of my goodness shining from your face. So lift your head high, my beautifully beloved child. Lift your weary eyes to the brilliant horizon of what I am currently unveiling before you. The long, terrifying night of your soul has finally ended, and the glorious, golden dawn is aggressively breaking over your life. The difficult, painful season of hidden struggle is officially giving way right now to the magnificent season of revealed glory. You were specifically chosen to carry a weight of glory that others simply could not bear. You were divinely appointed to walk in a level of blessing that others will only ever get to witness from afar. You have been completely entrusted with profound heavenly secrets that will beautifully shape not just your own life, but the lives of countless generations that will follow you. Do not dare to doubt what you are hearing right now. Do not let your logical mind question if this massive promise is truly for you. You are here in this moment because I completely ordained it before you were born. You are listening to these specific words because I specifically summoned your spirit to pay attention. You are receiving this exact blessing because I have firmly declared it from my throne. Absolutely nothing in this universe can stop what I have already begun in your life. No scheme of the enemy can ever reverse it. No human delay can ever cancel it. No earthly circumstance can ever withhold it from your hands. You are my chosen one, and right now, the agonizing mystery of your long preparation is finally being revealed as the spectacular miracle of your ultimate breakthrough. So walk forward right now, my beautiful child, with absolute holy confidence. Do not shrink back in fear of the unknown. Do not hesitate at the threshold of your blessing. Do not look behind you at the ruins of your past. Step boldly and aggressively into the massive doors I am currently holding open for you. Joyfully embrace the incredible treasures I am placing directly before your feet. Fiercely guard the profound secrets I am whispering softly to your soul. My precious child, I give you these clear, vital instructions because I love you too much to let you enter this new season without perfect guidance. First, remain in constant prayer. Never let your prayer life become a dry ritual or hasty afterthought. Let prayer be the oxygen of your soul, the continuous conversation that anchors your heart to mine. Speak to me in the quiet morning before the world stirs. Speak to me in the night when your mind races. Speak to me when burdens weigh heavy and when joy overflows. Do not measure prayer by eloquent words, but by the raw authenticity of your heart. In the secret place, your strength is renewed, your spirit sharpened like a sword, and your ears tuned to recognize my voice amid worldly noise. Without constant prayer, this blessing will feel distant. With it, you will walk in the electrifying awareness of my presence and power every day. Second, trust me completely, my beloved. Trust me even when circumstances contradict my promises. Trust me when the path ahead is unclear and delays tempt you to believe I have forgotten you. I am never slow. My timing is perfect. I am never absent. I am intricately involved in every detail of your life. True trust anchors your soul in the unshakable truth that I cannot fail you. Do not let impatience drive you into foolish choices that compromise this blessing. Never force open doors I have not yet unlocked. Wait patiently. Every delay is preparation, and every silence is divine strategy. You will see this with perfect clarity in time. Third, release all bitterness from your heart. I know the wounds others caused, the cruel betrayals that pierced you. I saw everything, but you cannot carry this toxic pain into the pure new season I am giving you. Bitterness will poison this blessing and cloud your vision. Choose to forgive, not because they deserved it or because it was acceptable, but because you deserve the freedom that comes from letting go. Release the pain so your hands are open and empty, ready to receive the new gifts I am placing in them. Do not let the broken chains of your past bind you when I have already shattered them forever. Fourth, walk in total obedience. Never view my commands as burdens that restrict your joy. Obedience is the master key that unlocks every promise I have made. It is not about flawless perfection, but a posture of willing surrender. When I say go, go boldly. When I say wait, wait patiently. When I call you to leave something behind, release it immediately. When I lead you into something new and frightening, embrace it with faith. Every act of radical obedience draws you deeper into my abundant blessings. Disobedience closes doors, but swift obedience flings them wide open. Your obedience to my voice will take you further than talent, striving, or clever plans ever could. It will position you exactly where I want you, at precisely the right time. Now hear this final critical warning, my chosen child. Fear is the enemy's favorite weapon against my people. He whispers that you are not ready for this blessing, not capable of the responsibilities, not worthy of the miracle. He magnifies your weaknesses, replays past mistakes, and loops old failures to make you shrink back in terror. Do not listen. Fear does not come from me. I give you power, love, and a sound mind, not timidity. When fear rises, speak my name. When doubt creeps in, declare my promises. When the enemy accuses you of past sins, remind him that I have forgiven, cleansed, chosen, and declared you victorious. Silence every negative voice, whether from jealous people or your own anxious thoughts. Fill your mind daily with my truth. Speak my word over yourself each morning. Declare that you are loved, chosen, and victorious. The more you proclaim my truth, the less power the enemy's lies will hold. Be careful moving forward. Not everyone who smiles at you wants your success. Not everyone who hears your dreams will celebrate them. Do not share the intimate details of this blessing with those lacking maturity to handle the light I have placed in you. Protect the sacred things in your heart until I release you to speak. Nurture this promise like a wise farmer protects a rare seed. If exposed too early, jealous hands may trample it. But if nurtured in my presence, it will sprout in due season. And no one on earth or in hell can deny its fruit. Never compare your journey with others. You may see people who seem further ahead, more blessed, or less burdened. Remember, your path is uniquely designed for you. The blessing I am releasing is custom tailored to your spirit. Comparing dishonors the singular masterpiece I have created your life to be. Be content with my pace. Trust my refining process. Honor the individuality of your calling. What I offer you cannot be stolen, permanently delayed, or diminished by another's progress. Stay watchful, my child. The enemy is subtle. He rarely comes with loud threats, but with small distractions, justifiable compromises, and logical excuses to disobey. He will fill your schedule to crowd out prayer, drain your energy to weaken belief, and flood your life with noise to drown my voice. Hold fast to these instructions. Walk in prayer, trust, forgiveness, obedience, and fearless faith. This is how you will fully receive and steward the beautiful new season I have prepared for you. Declare your amen where all can see, raising your voice in the great assembly of the faithful, if you trust that I am fighting your battles and carry this message to a broken soul. Let your hands be the vessel that delivers this profound truth to another weary heart who desperately needs my light. We run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.